Good evening, everybody. Here for another live. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Hello. Okay, let's talk about tonight how to deal with the initial shock of a Parkinson's diagnosis. Okay, sorry about that. Let's talk about how to deal with the initial shock of a Parkinson's diagnosis. I was diagnosed December of 2024, about 7 months after I had a mini stroke, what they call a TIA. I eventually found out I had it in an area of the brain they call the basal ganglia. A few months later, I started having tremors, and my voice was getting slurred. I believe it was because of the strokes. But then the neurologist wanted to do a test for Parkinson's. She did that and diagnosed me with it. But just a couple months ago, here in 2026, they were thinking I didn't have what they consider the idiopathic Parkinson's, but something they call vascular Parkinsonism, which is something that causes you to have some of the same signs and symptoms of Parkinson's, but it doesn't quite progress like it if what I got is vascular Parkinsonism, it won't get worse unless I have any more brain damage like a stroke or anything like that. But to say I was surprised to be an understatement. But luckily, I've had an awesome support system, especially from my sister, my brother, and my parents. Both my sister and brother have been lifesavers to me. They've taken me to all of my appointments. Since I can't drive, they've restricted my driving. And my doctor's appointments have all been over 100 miles away from my house. I live here in Middle Georgia, and most of my appointments have been in Atlanta, which is about 90 to 95 miles away. But last time I did find a closer neurologist who's about 50 miles away, thank goodness. But the hardest thing for me has been I can't work anymore and I can't drive really. Well, before they restricted my driving a couple months ago, I was having episodes where I had been driving from my apartment here to my sister's house, which is about 15 minutes away. I know I've been there well over 100 times. And I had to pull over in a gas station parking lot because I forgot where I was going and how to get there, which scared the devil out of me, which I don't want to drive anymore. And be the cause of somebody getting hurt. That's the last thing in the world I want to do. Sorry about that. I'm having trouble finding the words. And that's another thing this will do to you. You'll get stuck, not only physically, like you can't move, but like you don't know what words to use. You know the word, but it just won't come out. Apologize again. And that's another thing I got to stop doing. I got to stop apologizing because I can't help sometimes I get stuck. And forget where I'm going. Which I also wanted to say too that appreciate everybody who's ever helped me, especially Bryce Perry, his wife Carmen, and Brian Kempkin, all of them over there doing life today, which y'all need to go check out that channel. Bryce is awesome. He does a video on Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, Saturday morning, and him and Brian do a podcast on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, which is awesome. And they really like to have a good time. And I also like to let all my people and subscribers know that I'm probably going to change the channel name to Beyond the Trimmer. I'm going to change it from Living with Parkinsons to Beyond the Trimmer. And please let me know what you think of that. I'd really value everybody's opinion here. And also, I will be setting up some links soon to some products on Amazon, some affiliate links. If you click on those links, I will probably receive a small commission at no extra charge to you or no obligation. I'm going to be starting a podcast also called Beyond the Trimmer. I don't know if I'll change the channel name or not now that I think about it, but the podcast will be called Beyond the Trimmer, whether it's on this channel or a whole different one, or just change the name here. So let me know what y'all think. I'm open to any question, none too personal. Sorry about that. I had to turn up my mic. I do have a new microphone though. Plan to start the podcast within the next few days, hopefully first episode by this weekend. I will try to do 2 episodes a week plus 1 live stream. Just wanted to come on here and let y'all know some life stuff going on. And people that know me will be shocked. I got a haircut, shaved off all that beard that I had, even shaved the mustache, which I've had for 40 years. Just trying to get and look more presentable. I know I look pretty rough, but and July 13th, I go back to my neurologist to identify for sure what I have. She was also concerned about Lewy body dementia. So she's going to check that out. And when I had this stroke I had on my left side of my neck, I had to get my carotid arteries unclogged. And the right side had been clogged up, and they wanted to do that on the right side, but the VA said no, it wasn't an emergency. You know how the VA is. They can be slow and sometimes silly on stuff. Well, now my left artery has clogged back up, and they're wanting to do the right side too. So I don't know. There's two ways that they can do this. They can either go in like they did on this left side, just cut it open and pull out the clog, or they could go in through the groin area and run a stent up into that carotid and leave it open that way. Now, if they do the surgery, the actual cutting, I'd have to be in the hospital for a couple of days, which I don't mind, because when I had the stroke, I was in the hospital for 10 days. But also, they said if they go in through the groin area, I wouldn't be in there but for a day or two, maybe. Which that would be wonderful. Okay, since I'm slowing down and not really been saying much, I will end this now, and hopefully I will see y'all in the next couple days. Let me know what you think and anything I could do better or anything you would like to see from this channel. Thank you.